Kansas City is fortunate to draw big-name artists when it comes to concerts, but there's a name you probably haven't heard before. That's because he's the man behind the music. Mark Clegg introduces us to Fritz, this week's Community Profile.
Spend an hour in a vintage record store and it's a trip back in time when rock was king and vinyl ruled.
I came here the 4th of July of '72.
But for a real music history lesson, spend an hour with Fritz.
It started at an early age. I mean, I really got the promoter bug.
Fritz is president of the company that operates Capitol Federal Park at Sandstone. While you'll never see him performing on stage, if you've attended a local concert over the past 4 decades, there's a good chance Fritz was the man behind the scenes.
Kansas City's been great to me. I love it here. You know, the music scene was wide open, needed direction. You know, luckily I got to participate in that.
The man who likes to say he promotes anything that sells a ticket started young.
I was just turning 16 and I was the so-called manager of a band in Chicago called the Roadrunners.
Like many in music in the 60s, Fritz spent time in New York and California before landing here. He produced concert events with some of the biggest acts on the road. Among his favorites, Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones, REO Speedwagon, ELO, and U2.
This is like going to, hey, I was at Woodstock. I was at the first ACL.
Now Fritz is just a week away from bringing the biggest event of his career to not 1 stage, but 5. Kanrocksas is about to take over the infield at the Kansas Speedway.
This thing is definitely just going to be sensory overload, keep happening, keep playing music from, you know, the greatest bands. Muse, Black Keys, Perfect Circle, Eminem. I mean, yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
The 2-day music festival boasts a lineup of some 40 acts, and with an expected audience of 50,000 fans, Fritz says there'll be plenty of great music for everyone, and no matter what, the show will go on. In Kansas City, Kansas,
this is going to be a mind-blowing experience for people.
Mark Clegg, NBC Action News.
Kansas Rocks takes place next weekend at the Kansas Speedway. For more information on the music festival, visit NBCActionNews.com and look under Lifestyle.